Now Yellowstone has reached a conclusion, now is the ideal time to invite the most expected new arrival of 2025-1923 Season 2. The as-of-late delivered mysteries show Spencer Dutton while heading to Montana, Alexandra battling in Britain, Cara and Jacob frantic for help to save the farm, Jack Elizabeth still delightful. Each of that sounds astonishing, yet shouldn't something be said about Teonna Rainwater? She's one of the most underestimated characters of the whole establishment, which is odd thinking about how urgent her storyline is in connecting 1923 to the current Yellowstone. So, without further ado, let's talk about Tiana's arc in 1923 Season 2 and how she's connected to the Dutton backstory. It's been a while, but I bet you can still remember the nightmare Tiana was stuck in when we first met her. It was a Catholic boarding school where indigenous children like her were forced to abandon their culture and language. It was a place of pain, abuse, and violence, and even that description is understated considering the horror of the place. In any case, fortunately, Tiana didn't simply acknowledge her destiny. Following quite a while of getting through physical, profound, and sexual maltreatment because of the nuns and ministers, she chose to circumvent, killing one of the nuns simultaneously. From that point, her process has been one of steady flight, continuously dreading catch by her previous detainers. Season 1 remaining us hanging with Tiana's destiny up in the air. However, one thing is without a doubt, her process isn't finished. In the last snapshots of Season 1, we see Tiana momentarily rejoined with her dad, runs his pony, and his companion Pete Plenty Mists. At that point, unexpectedly, she gets a little taste of well-being and solace, something she hasn't had in years. In any case, even at this time, the world is as yet awful to her kin, and Tiana knows it. This is where we left her off, and I know a significant number of you are as yet attempting to recuperate from it. What piece of Tiana's storyline influences you the most? Tell me in the remarks. That is to say, how might anybody watch such scenes and recuperate from it without any problem? The merciless real factors of Tiana's life cause us to pose inquiries that rise above fiction. For example, what number of native kids went through what Tiana did previously? What number of are as yet battling to recover their way of life and legacy today? These aren't just questions about a TV character, they're questions that demand real-world reflection. And yes, they're perhaps the toughest ones to answer. Now, as we move into Season 2, we know for sure that even more brutality awaits Tiana. The teaser also shows her suffering once again, and my heart already aches for her. While I'm hopeful she will eventually find moments of peace and connection, there's no doubt that her survival is still on the line. The thing is, we're just watching it. The cast, however, is living through it. In interviews, Amina Nieves, who stars as Tiana, has described how difficult it was to portray such a painful story. The government does a really good job at keeping things hidden that they don't want the world to know, she told TV Line in a recent interview. It brings up a lot of emotions, and it brings up a lot of fear, she continued. Now, she's about to return to the screen, reprising this heartbreaking but important role once again. Do you like Amina's portrayal of Tiana? Let me know in the comments. One thing we'll find in Season 2 is Tiana relaxing only a tad. As I referenced, she'll track down snapshots of delicacy and perhaps let her watchmen down a little. Amina as of late shared a confident look into her personality's development, saying, "I truly trust that you can simply see a portion of the satire behind her, the unpretentious parody that she has inside herself in Season 2. I have close to zero familiarity with you all, yet I feel like for a caught-in-person survival mode for such a long time, this could be a gigantic move toward mending." Tiana's personal advancement isn't simply attached to her associations with others yet additionally to the injury she's needed to live with. In a strong second from Season 1, she shares a tranquil, delicate trade with Pete by the fire. For Tiana, this is the first genuine human touch she's had in quite a while. The first legit human touch she's felt in quite a while, Amina made sense of in a new meeting. I trust that toward the start of Season 2, you will begin to see her watchmen be let down somewhat more. I accept that snapshot of weakness could be the most vital phase in her recuperating venture. Tiana's story is so layered, and as her personality opens up, we'll see her fill in manners we didn't anticipate. She may be harder than anybody gives her credit for, however at her center, we ought to recollect that she's as yet a little kid who's been denied of her young life. Presently, here's where things get fascinating. We actually have barely any insight into Tiana's association with Yellowstone's Thomas Water. I know large numbers of you have been estimating for some time now that Tiana could be Thomas's grandma or maybe a progenitor. The way that the two characters share a similar last name can't be a simple incident, correct? In this way, we continue to search for a more profound connection between them. Amina herself admitted that she has no idea how Tiana is connected to Thomas Rainwater but teased that she has some theories of her own. I probably have about 7 different theories about what happens as a whole, she laughed in an interview with Insider. Season 2 will provide an answer to this question, but it might be in a way that'll make our jaws drop. Perhaps what's even more intriguing is the fact that Tiana's family background remains a mystery. Amina said, "I'm glad that they keep us on our toes. They didn't really tell us anything until each episode got in our hands." The mystery of Tiana's heritage is something that keeps me invested in her storyline personally, and I feel like the more we learn about her family, the more we'll learn about our beloved Thomas as well. Another question that's been floating around is whether Tiana might find love, especially with someone from the Dutton family. Yes, you heard it right. I know she hinted at a potential romance with Pete Plenty in Season 1, but if you didn't know, the actor who plays the part tragically passed away a few months ago, meaning the storyline has a dead end now. But knowing that the Yellowstone Ranch now belongs to Native Americans once again, and the Duttons welcome the idea wholeheartedly, it makes sense to create a connection between a Native American character and a Dutton. In 1883, we saw Elsa marry a Native American man. In Yellowstone, Case is married to a Native American woman, so it only makes sense to see yet another Dutton member with a Native American character in 1923. And Tiana is perfect for this. Also, linking Tiana to the Duttons would create a connection between Thomas and the Duttons, which would be epic in my opinion. Let me know which Dutton member you think is most likely to have a romance with Tiana in 1923 Season 2. Drop your theories below. Amina recently shared her thoughts about Tiana's personality and potential romantic side. She's witty, man. Tiana's very witty. So is it just me, or is she the most perfect love interest for any Dutton? For more updates and analysis on the Yellowstone universe, make sure to like and follow. To find out what happened in the Yellowstone finale, watch the video on the screen. Share your thoughts in comments section. Thank you.